Sup guys, I'm Nazim Melham, do 150 classic albums within the year. I'm also doing Patreon requests. This one wasn't requested on Patreon, but considering there was so much support on the debut album of Arctic Monkeys, I decided to do this one as well. In the future, I probably won't be doing any albums that aren't requested on Patreon, because I have 200 subs over there that all have the ability to request an album, which is $5 a month, and you get to request an album of your choosing. Which means I have too much of a workload to be able to do it, but I don't know. This album I'm very excited for. It's a shorter one. It's 30 minutes. And considering have found a new appreciation for Arctic Monkeys after their debut, they have a lot more of an actual punk rock energy to them, and a lot more of like a genuine like indie core to them compared to what I was used to, which is they're self-titled. I was like, damn, I'm interested. I want to check this out. So yeah, I'm going to check this one out. I've heard 505, because that's impossible not to hear, but every other song I don't think I've heard. And I'm curious if there's going to be like a concept album, the same sort of thing that Arctic Monkeys did on their debut, where they're looking at nightlife. I'm wondering if there's going to be another thematic through line throughout all of this, or if it's more of just a collection of tracks. I'm completely blind, so going into it, so I have no idea, but let's try it out. I love how insane it is. I love how much punch their early stuff has. It's a massive welcome change of pace to their self-titled, despite the fact that I like it. There's so much personality. Alex Turner just has so much fucking like charisma and personality on this. Like vocally, it's like we're like it's up to us so much. I know it's a lot more style. Oh. Wait, where's Arctic Monkeys from? Not Manchester, right? Sheffield? Where the fuck is Sheffield? All I know is that's where Ollie Sykes is from. Ah, oh, so sick. The reason why I was interested in come back to this, but the reason why I was so curious is because there's such a punky energy to them, and I'm wondering if it's like regional, where like they were born out of like a punky sort of area. The only band I know that is also from Sheffield is Bring Me the Horizon, which is my favorite band. And they have a punky energy, obviously, they're metalcore shit. So I wonder if there's like the music scene there is a lot more punky, because weirdly enough, Australia doesn't have a lot of scenes I can think of. Like, there is more of a shoegazy element in Melbourne. That's where a lot of like Storm the Sky, Thornhills and stuff like come from. And there's a reason why in Brisbane, which is, I'm in Queensland, I live in Brisbane, which is the capital city of Queensland, has a lot more of a metalcore route. So if you look at like Spotify stats, or if you look at concert attendance, when it comes to metalcore acts, think I don't know, Beartooth, think Bring Me the Horizon, and even like stuff that is adjacent to it, a bit more emo, like more screamer stuff, like Bullet for My Valentine, uh, Pierce the Veil. We do the biggest tours in Australia for them. I think Pierce the Veil said when they were here that their biggest venue ever up until that point was River Stage, which is our Brisbane venue in the world across all of their touring in 2023. And I think that stems from the fact that in Brisbane, our local scene is metalcore. We have Amity Affliction that comes out of here, which is like I think the main like world. I don't know if they're world renowned. They're just really fucking popular here, at least. And I know that their tracks have millions and millions of views, and listens and stuff like that. So I'm curious. The reason I'm bringing all this up is like I'm wondering if that's similar when it comes to Arctic Monkeys. Like in this particular time, are there other bands that came out at this point in time that have the same sort of punky energy to it? Is there something that's particular about Sheffield that has punky stuff? Because funnily enough, Arctic Monkeys and I think Bring the Horizon came out in the same year, right? 2006 for their debut. And they both have that punkier energy, even though they're like massively different. Where this comes from more an indie rock angle, and they came from more of a deathcore angle. Anyway, for all that to say, I fucking love it. I really love the punky energy on Arctic Monkeys. Looking over the lyrics, I try to spend more time looking at them, this one, because the last album had so much depth to its lyrics, I feel. With this one, I'm not fully grasping just yet. Like, the takeaway I get from the moment is, like, sarcastically, like, in a bit of a hipster sort of way, cutting down a girl that gets a lot of attention, bearing from a bit of insecurity, maybe harkening back to some of the tracks off of Arctic Monkeys, where, like, I think Marty Bum delves into it a bit, maybe something similar to that. I think there's another track I can't remember the name of that details like a bit of the insecurity, and Arctic Monkeys like front faces that a bit with themselves, and maybe this is another version of that. But yeah, anyway, if you haven't watched one of my videos before, I do ratings on the side. These are my first listens. I listen to these projects multiple times over before I post them to my Discord, where you can chat to me about my ratings. I also post them at the year. This says 600 written views. I've done about 1,300. At the start of before this channel existed, I basically listened to 20 albums front to back my entire life. They were Lil Peep, Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, and Juice WRLD, that sort of stuff. And I never listened to anything else. Just listened to the same music over and over again. But I had like 100k minutes on Spotify each year for like a decade on those albums and projects. But I started this channel to try and delve into new artists and delve into their classic albums. Like, I've never heard Nevermind by Nirvana before, so I want to do that. I never heard Black Sabbath. You'll find Deftones here, Radiohead, all that, because I've never listened to them. And I'm doing the same with Arctic Monkeys and Oasis and shit. Yeah, but my average rating is a 6 out of 10, solely because of those albums, because I did classic albums when I first started out, and then now I have Patreon subscribers, which I absolutely fucking adore. Thank you. You're basically making this a job. And I don't know why, but I appreciate it. And they get to request albums, and they're usually going to request good albums. So my average rating, I feel spiritually, is a 5 out of 10. Like, if I listened to just as many bad albums as good albums, and not only got requested like really good albums, I think my average would be around a 5. If something's a 5.1, I think it's above average. With all that being said, I think this is an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great track. Maybe on a re-list and it'll go up a bit higher, especially if like the lyrics hit me a bit harder in the context of the rest of the album. But at the moment, just I love the punk energy. I love the swagger that fucking Alex Turner has, and the instrumentation is punky and fucking sick. I love the that's why I was so interested in like is this regional, because if there's other Sheffield bands that I would love to like that are like this, I would love to listen, because it's real sick. It still has a bit of that like Strokes inspiration that's like pretty like apparent on them, which is cool because I love the Strokes, especially their recent Coachella performance. Oh, I love that. Sounds so nice. Oh, I love how edgy they are, actually. Wait, I mean this without actually, like, a massive deep, because I did like the self-titled. Has Alex Turner and the band spoken about how, like, I mean this with as much love as possible, all the stuff they talk about in the first two albums, they're the caricature of that now. Have they ever spoken about, like, grappling with that? Like, have they matured and then they realize, like, do they look back at this version of themselves negatively? Or do they still look back at this positively, but just think that they've grown and they're just in a different place, so that now they have a different understanding? Because, like, everything that Arctic Monkeys is, I feel like, with the self-titled and all of that, is this cookie-cutter band. To be fair, to most punk bands that end up being super fucking popular, look at Green Day, they eventually get into that limelight, and there's an interesting dichotomy being, like, a punk band that gets so big that they're mainstream when punk is meant to be, like, a bit subversive. I'm just curious about their views on it, because there's so much personality in these two albums, but, like, modern day Alex Turner just doesn't, like, all I know about him is that he tries to dress well, he tries to, like, he, like, acts a bit cool, I guess, and people thirst over him for that, which feels like the opposite of what these two albums are. Like, he's biting so much of this culture, like, talking about, like, what we are defenders of any poser or professional pretender around, like, do you reckon they take an oath? And then also, like, it's really biting critique too, like, it's not like he can, like, shy away. Like, if what he believes here is very antithetical to what his, at least, portrayal from what I've seen is. And, like, I love the edginess to be like, don't be, and it's that 1,000 times that it's even bolder, don't be surprised when you get bent over. Like, I love the edginess, like, the showcasing of, I don't know, bluntly and explicitly talking about, like, getting fucked by the industry and all of that sort of thing. It's sick. I didn't know Arctic Monkeys had this much spunk.
When did your list replace the twist and turn like a fist? Replace the kiss, don't consent.
Like, I love this. Like, early Arctic Monkeys, I fucking love.
Save it for the morning after.
Like, this is another great track. I might even go higher than what I'm going to give it. Like, I'm going to give it an 8 for now, but, like, if I'm being honest, it might even go up. Like, these are just solid fucking projects. Instrumentally, it's also sick too. It kind of feels rather timeless sound-wise as well, except, like, the strong strokes influence that can be dated to 2000. I love it. Actually, fuck it. Like, I think it's kind of amazing. I love it. I love it. Like, I love also, like, I love the biting critique of it. Like, you're a poser, but then not only that, it's like you're a poser that's getting fucked, that's a part of a system that doesn't care about you. It's like, I don't know, it's just so biting, and I really fucking like it. just like a solid track. Like sonically really nice. Lyrically doesn't really catch me as much, but it's like a good to great song. I'll give it a 7 for now, but it might go 7 up. I love the fucking high tempo ADHD arts. I love the solos here. Like the ones from
shaggers perform and the daggers are drawn. Who's the crooks in this crime?
I love this.
That's right. He won't let her out his sight. Now the shaggers perform and the daggers are drawn. Who's the crooks in this crime?
Oh. I love how fucking crisp the band is. Like, there's just so much energy. Like, this is just sick. It really does feel like the strongest influence I can hear is the Strokes. And I've only heard Is It. But like, if you just injected it with fucking steroids and meth. I'll say another 8, like a great run. If not higher, like 8.5. Like every single instrument is such high production quality and so texture and pretty. It reminds me of a few others. I need to listen to more British bands. Obviously, considering the fact that I haven't listened to fucking anything, I feel like I need to listen to more British bands because so far, I feel like in modern music, or like more modern, granted, this is 2000, so it kind of just doesn't count as much. It feels like maybe British artists are the ones that are the most outspoken. I don't know. I have a massive issue when it comes to modern artists because if you go back to like the 90s and 2000s, stuff like that, this is my most boomer take imaginable. I'm very open to fucking everything. Like I'm listening to a shit ton of Rage. I'm very open to all of it. But the one thing that I feel like older generations are correct on is the fact that fuck, our music it's not biting. It doesn't have much critique to it. Like I listened to 300 albums last year. Not a single fucking one mentioned the presidency. And I don't need it to be spoken about a shit ton. And also, like, left, right, who gives a fuck? No one talks about the Biden presidency. No one talks about the Trump presidency. There are fucking monumental shit that happens, obviously, always throughout history. And it's just not fucking mentioned. There is, like, the odd reference politically to, like, Free Gaza. That's it. There's an odd reference. There isn't really much when it comes to Biden critique. And this is the 2000s, and it just made me realize, because like Arctic Monkeys are bigger than ever now, so I mentally thought of them as a recent band, but they're not. Like, this is from 2000s where there was that biting critique all the time. It feels like since streaming era sort of stuff, there's just people that don't do that. Maddie Healy is the only one. That's why I brought up the UK stuff. It's like, I think 1975 is the only one that references it, and if I'm being honest, like, they're not that punk. Because, like, they're in ethos a bit, but, like, sonically, not really. It doesn't have the same level of angst as much. And I just wish there was more, like, popular bands and, like, popular artists that are willing to do that. Because even in, like, rap, there's not that many. There's, like, you can go beneath the surface, but if we go to the biggest mainstream stars, there's a bit of Kendrick, but he doesn't even reference it too much. He's more about like the internal stuff, especially post AM. So there's just not many artists that actually like deal with like modern times as much, and it is something that I definitely miss, and I massively appreciate whenever I hear it. And this music has like that punky energy. It's not like PR tested. That's like the thing that I like about it. It's not incredibly PR tested, and there's even like statements that are quote unquote PR tested. Like if you look at American Idiot by Green Day, it's like they're the biggest band in the world, right? So how like that statement obviously isn't that fucking edgy to shit on America there, but like at least it says something. Like at least it makes a stance at some point. But it's just like there's no one that, it just seems like musically like there's fucking no one that makes stances. And I really appreciate when I get to hear that, and it's like one of the only like older generation sort of opinions that I have. It's like new music really does lack that. We don't really have conscious hip hop that talks about that shit. Like J. Cole is one of the biggest like conscious hip hop artists, and it's like he doesn't fucking say anything. Yeah, it annoys me. But yeah, this is a great track. I love the punky energy so much, and the ethos. Oh, that's a joint playlist. I might have heard this before. Dude, that was a playlist from like 2017 with a friend. Alright, I can't remember. I can't remember this.
Discarded all the naughty nights for niceness. Landed in a very common crisis. Everything's in order in a black hole. Nothing seems to pity is the past though. A bloody memory's like an El Tabasco. Remember when you used to be a rascal? Oh, the boys are slag. The best you ever had. The best you ever had is just a memory and those dreams. When as daft as they seem, as daft as they seemed, my love, when you dream them all. Flicking through a little book of sex tips. Remember when the bars were all electric? And now when she told she's gonna get it, I'm guessing that she'd rather just forget it. Clinging to not getting sentimental. Said she
I love the youth energy.
like a gentleman to be gentle. Was it a mechadabra or a betting pencil?
Like he's been a bit of a cunt, and I kind of love that.
The best you ever had, the best you ever had is just a memory and those dreams. When as daft as they seem, as daft as they seem, my love, when you dream them up, oh flow. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go?
I love it. This sounds like it could be a bit dickish. I didn't know I could be this big of a Arctic Monkeys
You
fan.
took a left off last life lane.
Like even though this is not like a perfect album, for me, like flawless every single fucking time. I so much love it and respect it more than like 95% stuff I listen to. And that's not even a diss on the other stuff I listen to. It's just I love the energy here. And the personality is about.
Last life lane. You were just sounding it out. But you're not coming back again. You used to get it in your fishnets. Now you only get it in your nightdress. You started off the noise and the niceness. Landing in a very common crisis. Everything's in order in a black hole.
I love how country that is. Because like this idea of like, because like the way, I don't know, because it's very hipster indie shit, it kind of comes off like super pretentious, like, oh, remember when you used to be fucking cool? Now you're like old and fucking just boring. But it's just, he has so much fucking charisma that it doesn't matter. Like it's just I don't know, it's just a perfect track. I fucking love it. I want more music that has this sort of energy, just this sort of conviction. There's so much less conviction in a lot of music that I listen to, like newer music and stuff. I just wish there was. Like, it's like, what does the new Young Thug album mean? Like, and by the way, I fucking love Barter 6, for the record. Like, I'm not even just shitting on fucking rap or anything like that. It's like, what is New Young Thug? What's its statement? Does it have any ethos? When it's like, if you look at fucking Nas, Biggie, all that sort of shit, Tupac, you know where they stand. Like, you know their beliefs. There's authenticity that is, like, beaming throughout them. And there was authenticity in, like, early parts of, I feel like, Young Thug stuff and all of that. Like, in future, there is. But where, like, I don't know. Like, also, like, Imagine Dragons, it's like, there's not much authenticity to like grapple onto with, even if their like messages are good, or anything. I've listened to all of them. None of their messages really stood like held with me, but even if they have a good message, it just doesn't feel like it's oozing out of them like the way that it does on this track or on every track on the first two albums of Arctic Monkeys. I'm gonna be fucking depressed once I get to the point in Arctic Monkeys' career where this doesn't come through. I don't know if Humbug has this sort of vibe as well. No idea. Actually, what's the next album? I'm very curious. Let's look. Humbug, Suck It and See. I'm wondering if they have that vibe. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they have this energy to it. Yeah. This is cute. Kind of reminds me of like Waste Blood stuff because of like the reverb.
Grace was the feeling that it was a heart that he was stealing.
Holy fuck.
Oh, he was ready to impress, and the fierce excitement, the eyes are bright, he couldn't wait
The vocals
to
are
get
nice as
away.
fuck.
And I bet that Juliet was just the icing on the cake. Make no mistake, no. And even if somehow we could have shown you the place you wanted, well, I'm sure you could have made it that bit better on your own.
It's really pretty. The tone of the guitars are so nice. It's one of the reasons why I really love Waste Blood stuff.
Stay in touch, but all the little promises that don't mean much when there's memories to be made, and I hope you're holding
It's such a little
hands
rhythm.
by New Year's Eve. They made it far too easy to believe that true romance can't be achieved these days.
I like the earnestness. They always have this bit of a potential. As they always. They had it on the last project. They have this like, I don't know, snippy quality to them. But they always peel back that layer, it seems. And I like that.
Better on your own. You're the only ones who
It makes them less holier than thou. When you have these earnest pieces where you strip back and you go into, I don't know, it's more sentimental stuff. It lays your chest a bit more bare. Where like, if you're always criticizing other people from like afar, but you never show yourself, then there's nothing for people to be able to criticize back, and it's kind of like cowardly. I kind of like how on both of these albums there's always been a strip back thing where like they're allowing themselves to be vulnerable. Their critiques of these people being dishonest or how they portray themselves, that sort of thing, doesn't stem from, oh, you guys are being vulnerable and I just want to shit on you, which a lot of this sort of thing can get into, like this pretentious sort of stuff. But they make sure to show vulnerability themselves, which I think I know it illustrates that it's not just vapid window dressing of critique. Like the punkier energies there feel like it is grounded because they're able to show themselves as vulnerable as well. Like if you're just a punk 99% of the time and don't show any your belly ever, then you're kind of just a cunt and a bit of a bully. But if you, and it doesn't seem like you have principles at that point because you're not willing to stand on them. Well, like showing the vulnerability here and having like a track that is about emotional connection, all that sort of stuff, showcases that they're not just cynical, you know, cynical for no reason sort of thing. Yeah, great track. I might go 7.5 on the last one. Good to great. It's been quite a slow start. It's pretty confident to do that. Ooh. I don't remember. Was it? Were there? They weren't. I don't think that was like as romantic songs as this. Like, it's not necessarily romantic, but it's like dealing in that sort of thing. Like, like dealing with love. Like this.
You could see that we'd cried, and I watched and I waited till she was inside, forcing a smile and waving goodbye. Curiosity.
This might be my second favorite track. I like it a lot. I'm just reading the lyrics. I love how lyrical they are. When it is this lyrical, you just, like, you know it's authentic. Because they're getting across so many ideas and it's cool. If I'm being honest, like, this is, I'm gonna give it a 10, and I might even up this to like an 11 or something like that. This is like a 9.5, 10. Like, easily one of my favorite Arctic Monkeys tracks. I love that they're showing a more sentimental side. This house is a circus. This could sound wacky as fuck, but I'm not sure. I love the Sheffield accent. It could be just by I love Bring Horizon, but... The ooh sound is nice. Is Sheffield Northern? Or is it southern London or something? Oh, it's north. I like the song. Lyrically, I'm not as entranced, but I still think it's pretty good. I mean, I like more than the It's at least like pretty. Like the rhymes are cool. Seven and a half for 8. I'll go to 7.5 for now. This is fucking solid. I just love the. I keep talking about it, but I love the energy. Just lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm sure they made this album quite a quick turnaround compared to the last one, right? Just the year. It makes sense why there is like a very similar through line of the start being like very pointed critique into peeling back the layers and showing you more human side on it and showing more vulnerability. There's so much more pace on the track. I like the bass. This sounds like it would be on the 13 Reasons Why soundtrack. This reminds me of one track. It's not echoes in the body, man. Like, that's not gothic, is it? Like Killing Moon a tiny bit, I guess. I like it a lot. I think it's also nice to show the versatility of like I know they did it in a bit of the debut, but like it would be easy because it's the energy is so infectious to just rest on your laurels of having that like ADHD as fuck like performances. It's nice that they have like, especially on such a short record, to have these like longer drawn out pieces. They're really nice instrumentation, so I'll give it an 8. I think it's pretty great. Makes me think Balaclava and Brian Storm might be like 8.5 or something. Don't think I like those more than this, but I still think it's a great track.
Somebody's girlfriend's talking to me, but it's alright, she's saying that he's not gonna slap me or try to attack me. He's not the jealous type, and I only need to get half an excuse and I'm away. But when there's no excuses, that's much easier to say. I've been before, and all these capers make us too good for her to ignore. So she's talking, but I'm not entirely sure. Confirm that the tragedy is true, and I knew how could she not, she could have anyone she wants, and I'm struggling to think of an immediate response. Like I don't mind, be a big mistake for you to wait and have me waste your time. Really love is fine, said really love is fine.
Yeah. I like the exploration of I like the main theme throughout is like love relationships and kind of just turning them on their head in a way, like showcasing like more destructive elements of it, I guess. And another great song.
No excuse.
Your favorite worst nightmare is actually pretty like fitting because it's like everyone's like favorite thing in the world is obviously love, connection, that all sort of thing. We're all human beings at the end of the day, and it feels like they're exploring like nightmare scenarios of relationship and like interpersonal connection on each track, like fluorescent adolescent, if it's about like the lost spark, like the regret of not being able to do like those that exciting sort of shit before. You have this track which is like talking about cheating, that sort of thing, and I feel like it's just like all throughout there's been a solid through line of that, of like different vignettes of like people's worst nightmares relating to relationships and stuff like that. It's cool. I like it a lot. Very fucking good album. Who rated it low? Which publication do I have to dislike a bit? Obviously in jazz, because I'm finishing on my journalism degree. No ripcord. It's like 4 out of 10. They like the first time on the song.
That never wakes up, and blinded by the
I love their... It's one of the things, like, message-wise I really like about 1975. Is, like, aggressive principles to make sure people are living sincerely and honestly. Because it's like aggressively attacking escapism is a very human, like it shows a lot of empathy of care about wanting people to live fulfilled experiences. I love how they tear down at the start of these albums and then build up. Because as much as this is like a critique and it's like hating on like escapism, it's actually trying to build up the person. That's an amazing track, 9. And then we go into like arguably one of the most iconic songs of all time. Which, if I'm being honest, Arctic Monkeys has a fucking knack of making those, because like there are so many rock songs even from the self-titled. Like even though they don't have the same like creative underpinnings that I feel like I appreciate of these first 2 albums. You can't really deny that they have like 4 tracks on there that are like now sit kind of obviously handedly seen as like the most iconic, some of the most iconic rock songs of all time. And I feel like 5 of 5 does it in a very different way, which is very impressive that they're able to do it in so many different ways. Because this is so different to like Marty Bum even if it's a bit more depressive, and so much different to, is it Sun Comes Down or something? And it's so different to self-titled. Very versatile artist to be able to make so many amazingly iconic tracks in different styles. Like even that alone should probably put them enough into like greatest bands of all time. The versatility of iconic songs. Also, it's horny as fuck, so Tumblr loved it. For a 5-minute drive, it's not that long. It's just, is this a 10 or 11? Because, like, if I give it 11, then it's, like, de facto my favorite song. But it's, like, I feel like this deserves 11, but I actually don't even know if I like Flesh or Adolescent more than this. I could. Which is hard. Ooh. This is actually kind of like lyrically similar to Marty Bum, but he's so much more like yeah, I'll give it 11. Fuck it. It deserves it. Damn, Arctic Monkeys have shown that, like, I'm a fucking fan, dude. I had no idea I would love them in this way. What an amazing debut in this, like, it's not onto the same level for me, but it's like kind of comparable to like Kanye with going back to back from College Dropout to Late Registration. These are 1 year apart around the same time, and they're both incredibly good albums. In both catalogs, like 2006 for whatever, and 2007 for this. Like that's some crazy turnaround to make such fucking amazing and like sort of unique tracks. Like the only thing I really pick up on is the fact that like obviously there's Strokes influence, but like they make it their own by making it how fucking aggressively British they are. Yeah, I just love it. Really respectable shit. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely love this album. Please. That was a bit more beggy than I would want. But like, please, can someone, at least just one person sub to Patreon so I can, and request some Arctic Monkeys. Because I've really enjoyed this journey so far. I would prefer if you subbed and requested chronologically, but you can do whatever you want. So Humbug is next. I would prefer that. I just would want one person to do that. $5 a month you get to do that. But yeah. Fuck. Really good album. Thank you guys so much for the support on the first one. This album's fantastic. And Arctic Monkeys, I've pretty aggressively made me a fan now with their first records. They're just so good. Really great album. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Absolutely love you.